My name is Avis Jackson, Dr. Jackson, and my role here is I work in the CPA, the Center for Predictive Analytics, and I am the sort of program office person, multiple titles, but I work to help researchers primarily in the institution with their grants and their grant applications by helping them with the assessment and the analysis. So helping them figure out how this is all going to work, what they want to do. I was brought to Morgan State by a graduate of Morgan State who was at the time the chair of the department at Prince George's Community College. I was a student there, and she brought me by hand, drove me up here to Morgan to our annual May-Peak-Later conference, which is for the undergraduate students primarily in the psychology department. And she showed me what they do here at Morgan, which is do research, which is what I wanted to do. And so I got a chance to see all these young students. They're graduating seniors, most of them, talking about studies that they had done themselves, because that's what we do here in the psychology department. I'm a proud graduate of both the psychology department and the Psychometrics program. The opportunities that we provide to graduate students in our program is to work on real life situations in psychometrics. How do you make things work for companies or institutions or programs, doing analysis or evaluation for their programs? How well is it working? Are you doing what you said you were going to do? That kind of thing. A lot of the grants request that, right, that they have students working on the grant. They're trying to bring in more people to diversify psychometrics. That's extremely important because people have different experiences, and when they we all bring our experiences to the table. So if you have a different experience, you can ask different questions. And that's what we need in psychometrics, people to ask questions to get at things in a different way. For example, we have a problem with with folks not doing well in these standardized tests. That's classic, and it has been ongoing for a long time. I'm of the opinion that that's because the same people have been creating the tests. When you have other people who have different experiences asking different questions, maybe we can close that gap a little bit. And this is what brought me here, right? We get a chance to do research from the beginning to the end. So in most psychology departments, you may get a chance to do research under a professor, but you're working on their project, on the things that they're doing. Here at Morgan, they've been doing from the beginning to give their students, our students, the best opportunity and the best exposure. You actually run your own, you have the opportunity to run your own research study from the beginning from conceptualization all the way through the end. And so that to me was invaluable. You don't get that opportunity in very many institutions in the country. It's very, very rare. And so I had that opportunity and that experience, and I was well prepared. And I can recount, I had an internship at Yale University, I don't know, my junior year or something. And, it was a summer internship, no big deal. It was wonderful, but most of the students there were not familiar with research at the same level I was. So when they asked us to come up with a proposal, I had just completed mine. So I was like, okay. I knew it would be a lot of work, but I also knew exactly what I needed to do. And it was like 20 so of us, and most of the other students had off-the-wall ideas that were not, it's great to think about those kinds of things, but they're not doable. When you do research, you have to do something that is actually doable in the time that you have set out, and I knew how to do that. And so I knew at that point that I was well prepared, because these students were from all over the country, and from all types of institutions. So when, it was very few of us who actually knew how to do research, so I was really happy at that point. And that's one of the most exciting things for me that brought me to the psychology department and to Morgan State University, but I have gained so much more by being here. The people are awesome and wonderful. It's just such a pleasure to be here and to work with people who are really interested in helping African American students and all of our students do well and progress to the next level. So it's just a joy every day. The Psychometrics program is, first of all, the only psychometrics program at an HBCU, and so I was very proud of that. And I wanted to do everything that I could to help move that forward. I was an older student when I came in, and so I was like, well, what kind of mark can I leave? And one of the things I can do is to help this program and the CPA continue, right, to flourish in whatever capacity that I can. I'm willing to do that because it's important, because psychometrics and psychology do not have great records in the African American history. And I want to be able to do just a little bit, whatever I can do to help change that, to help